Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I see so many people, especially newer people in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space doing that is absolutely destroying their ability to actually make money and actually get gains here in the cryptocurrency space. Because just because Bitcoin has been retracing and has overall been in a downtrend over the last couple of months, that does not mean there's not money to be made. There are a lot of people that are making quite a lot of money in the cryptocurrency space despite the overall market going down. But if you are doing this thing that we're going to be talking about in today's video, you're probably not going to make any money. In fact, you're probably going to lose money in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. And this is probably going to lead to you wanting to leave the market, as I've seen so many people do already. Guys, I don't want you to make this mistake, so please watch this video and learn what I'm trying to tell you. If you make this mistake, you are going to lose money in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Full stop. It's that simple. Don't do this. We're going to be talking about that in today's video. But before we get into today's video, guys, if you enjoy the video, definitely consider dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, and smashing the notification bell because, guys, we do cryptocurrency videos every single day. So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that we want to talk about is what we see right before us. We are currently on CoinMarketCap, and if you saw yesterday's video, you'll probably have remembered that the cryptocurrency space was rather red. As we can see here by sorting by change over the last 24 hours, pretty much every single cryptocurrency, 95 of the top 100 cryptocurrencies, are down today. We have about 2 to 3 dozen that are down double-digit percentage points, all the way from Icon all the way down here. There's about 25 cryptocurrencies that are down over 10% in the span of 24 hours. Now, someone that is new to the cryptocurrency market would probably look at that and they'd start freaking out. Now, if you are new, I'm not insulting you. This video is not meant to insult you, but I am going to be very blunt so I can make a point and so you guys understand what I'm talking about. I'm in no way insulting anyone who is new here. In fact, I'm making this video to help you, so don't think I'm insulting you. But someone who is new to the cryptocurrency space would probably see something like this, and they probably would be very fearful or very scared. And I'm not just saying that, I'm not just pulling that out of you know where. I see this all the time in my comment section. I see this all the time all over Twitter and all over the cryptocurrency space. In the Discord server, it's called FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so many people love to get a bad case of the FUD when they see a lot of red here. We can see a lot of red here, and that's exactly what we're talking about in today's video. If you start freaking out when Bitcoin and its cryptocurrency friends start to retrace, you're looking at the market completely wrong. Let's lay something out. How do you make money in cryptocurrency? How do you make money in any market? Well, it's pretty obvious. You buy low and you sell high. So what does that mean? That means that the market eventually has to go down so that you have a place to buy in. You need the cryptocurrency market to go down so that you have a chance to buy in. If we look here on the day chart on Bitcoin, then what do we see? We see that Bitcoin has been going down for 7 months. That means that we're probably at least close to a good time to buy in. So just because Bitcoin is going down, we need a little bit of perspective and realize that when it's going down, that typically signals that you're getting closer anyway. You're moving towards what would be considered a good buying opportunity. And the inverse of this is true also. What we're talking about here is that when Bitcoin is going down, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's actually not a bad thing really at all. It's just another side of the coin it's another side of the war that the bulls and the bears have been fighting ever since the dawn of markets. But just because the market is going down, that does not necessarily mean that we are actually that Bitcoin is dying. That doesn't mean that you're absolutely going to lose money, and that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. That's where the word healthy consolidation comes from. You could argue that a lot of what we've seen here in the last 7 months would be considered healthy consolidation, and the inverse of that is true also. Just because Bitcoin is going up and just because Bitcoin is green, that is not necessarily a good thing either. If you guys go back on the channel and you look at the very first video I ever posted to this channel, you'll see that it was posted on November the 16th. And if we look over here on the chart, November the 16th was right around here somewhere. It was right there. Right here is where I posted the first video to the channel. And in that video, I talked about how I believed that Bitcoin was overextended. Bitcoin was currently trading around $8,000, which was currently the all-time high. I talked about how I believed Bitcoin was overextended and how Bitcoin needed to have a better retracement than the one it had just seen right here. It needed something a little bit more than this, but instead, Bitcoin went and made a fool of me and then ran up about 150% over the next 3 weeks from $8,000 all the way up to $20,000. It over doubled in the span of 3 weeks. Just because Bitcoin was going up, that was not necessarily a good thing. Bitcoin got extremely overextended. Bitcoin ran all the way to about 93 on the RSI. And because we ran so far, and because we got so exuberant, everybody was popping champagne corks and buying Lamborghinis for 3 weeks, Bitcoin had to cool off for the next 7 months. Guys, I'm really hammering this home because I want to drill into your head that just because Bitcoin is going down, That's not necessarily a bad thing. And just because Bitcoin is going up, that's not necessarily a good thing. You have to buy low and you have to sell high. That's a very important thing to keep in mind. I know I'm repeating that, but please remember that when you're trading. Now let's talk about some more macro things. If we come out here to the month chart on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, there's something that we're going to see. This chart for Bitfinex only goes back about 5 years. This is something a little bit different than what we were just talking about, but let's talk about this for a second. Bitcoin, the chart here only really goes back about 5 years, back over here to 2013. Where was Bitcoin in 2013? Well, Bitcoin was trading under $100 in 2013. If Bitcoin were to run from $100 to $20,000, that's a 200x return. That is a very, 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 very large return, especially in the span of 5 years. If we come back over here and we look at how far back this chart goes, Bitcoin was trading somewhere around $100, somewhere around $100, up, down, somewhere around $100. In 5 years, Bitcoin had a 200x return. There's no reason to believe that Bitcoin couldn't have a 20x return in the next 5 years. I'm not saying it's going to have a 200x return again in the next 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen. But guys, 5 years isn't a very long time. I have the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index up here. I don't know if any of you guys actually trade stocks also. I'm not huge into the stock market, but I want to show you this for a little bit of perspective. We talk about on the channel a lot about how important perspective is. Perspective is remarkably important. If we look back over here on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, this pretty accurately represents the entire cryptocurrency market the entire stock market and basically the world economy. This is kind of you could almost argue that this is like a graph of the world economy. Back here in 2008, starting in 2007 and 2008, the market did not do very well. And as we can see, it fell all the way down here to around 7,000 points. From there, the largest bull run in a very long time happened, and the market ran all the way up to around 26,000 points, and now it's been cooling off for the last little while. If you were to buy this dip back here in January of 2009 and then sell up here, you would have gotten about a 3x return. So with that in mind, where was Bitcoin 10 years ago? Where was Bitcoin back here in January of 2009? Well, that's a little too old for us to see on the Bitfinex chart. So let's go over here on the Genesis block Wikipedia page for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Well, guys, as it turns out, you guys may have known this, but something I'd like to point out is that the Genesis block, that being the very first block that was ever mined for Bitcoin, was actually mined on the 3rd of January 2009. Less than 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years next January the 3rd that Bitcoin has existed, and subsequently the rest of the cryptocurrency market has existed. In 10 years, Bitcoin has run from not even existing to over $20,000 and building a cryptocurrency market that ran up to an $800 billion market capitalization. That is literally an infinite return if you were to buy Bitcoin at the beginning before it was worth anything. If you were Satoshi Nakamoto, who mined some of that Bitcoin, and Satoshi Nakamoto is holding like a lot of Bitcoin. He's holding a lot of Bitcoin. That was a big return. And the reason that's important is because that emphasizes how far Bitcoin can go in 10 years. This vertical line over here represents where Bitcoin will be in 10 years. This represents the actual time on the chart for Bitcoin in 10 years. Bitcoin has done a lot in the last 10 years, and Bitcoin can very much certainly do a lot in the next 10 years. I've talked about on the channel before about how Bitcoin could actually run to $1 million if it were to retain a large portion of its actual market capitalization, and if it actually does stay top dog, or at least in like the top 5 of cryptocurrencies. I've talked about how that could happen in the next couple of decades. In the next 10 years, Bitcoin could do a whole lot. If you guys are interested in the actual math to prove that Bitcoin can go to $1 million, the video that where I prove that will be up here in the top right. I talked about that a while ago, but it still holds. Guys, the point I'm trying to hammer home here is that just because Bitcoin is going down, that is not necessarily a bad thing. And just because when Bitcoin is going up, that's not necessarily a good thing. You have to buy low and you have to sell high. That's how you make money. And everybody knows that. There's hardly a person in the world that is trading a cryptocurrency or any other kind of market that doesn't know that you're supposed to buy low and sell high. I know you guys know that. The question is, are you implementing it? You know, when people give you advice, sometimes you're like, yeah, well, I know that. Yeah, okay, maybe you know that, but are you implementing it? Are you guys implementing this? I want you guys to ask yourself that question. Are you buying low? Are you selling high? Are you freaking out when Bitcoin is going down? And are you FOMOing when Bitcoin is going up? You need to remove emotion for the most part, pull yourself back, get perspective, get an actual good look at the market, and see where the market is going. And I think we're close to the bottom of this market. The bottom might be 5,000, it might be 3,000. I don't really care where the bottom is. I think we're close to the bottom of the market, and the entire cryptocurrency market is continuing to develop anyway. I think we are in the ground level. We are in on the ground level of a very, very disruptive and influential and powerful technology and a very powerful industry that is going to reshape the way we do so many things in our everyday lives. I think the last 10 years for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency space have been absolutely amazing, and I think the next 10 years are going to be very disruptive for the rest of the world and are going to bring massive, and I do mean truly massive returns to those who are patient enough and strong enough and emotionally stable enough and smart enough and capable enough to actually make them. But anyway, guys, I want you to tell me in the comment section down below if you agree with me. Do you actually agree with my sentiment that you should trade Bitcoin when it's that you should buy Bitcoin when it's going down, and that you should sell it when it's going up? It's kind of funny for me to ask you that because I know every single one of you knows that. But go ahead, let's start a discussion down there. Tell me what you think. Did this video help you at all? Are you new to the cryptocurrency space, and was this something that you really needed to hear? And also, guys, tell me in the comment section down below if you'd like some more of these trading mindset series. I think I'm gonna, or some more of these trading mindset episodes. I think I'm gonna start doing more of these because I think they actually do help a lot of people that are newer to the cryptocurrency space to really get their head screwed on right, and really kind of get an idea of what they need to do to actually be successful in the cryptocurrency market. Let's get a discussion going on in the comment section down below. But guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed today's video, definitely consider dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, and smashing the notification bell if you think this was a good video. Go ahead and do that. Like I said, I wouldn't want you to miss any of the videos. We make a cryptocurrency video every single day here on the Crypto Jeb channel. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.